All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to episode 19 of our Hutan Pantai gameplay series. I'm the Ultra Farmer, and we are here, and we got a pile of work to do today. It's going to be a good episode. We've got a bunch of field work to do. We've got some more rice fields to harvest. So let's get right into it. Let's go check on a few of the tractors who are out doing some field work right now. And yeah, let's have a great episode 19 here. Okay, right now I got one of our field workers who's just finishing up planting this field. He's got a couple headlands left to do, it looks like, and one more up and down on that other side. Getting these fields ready to go with canola. I'm just going to hop out of this tractor right now and get it out of the way. So we have to roll this field, and it looks like we got some weeds growing in here, so we'll have to go get our hoeing implement to get the weeds cleared off this field. Yeah, we got our lady worker. She's just given her. Let's hop on over to our other tractor. We got another worker who's over finishing up rolling in these fields over here. These are our main canola fields down here. This is going to be good. We'll be able to pull this roller right up to the other field because this worker is almost done right now. Actually, we might as well just take this right over. Jump in this tractor. How are we looking for fuel? Okay, we got just over a half tank of fuel. Yeah, we got these fields rolled. I actually kind of went ahead off camera and I got most of the field prep work done over here just so we could kind of get things along. It's a lot of work getting all these fields prepped. Okay, I'm going to let's just fold this up real quick so we can haul it over a little bit better. And we'll go through all of these fields. So this field, it's fertilized, rolled, but we're going to have to go through and do a bunch of fertilizing as well, kind of. And that's going to be in our next month thing once we get a first growth stage. But yeah, we'll have to go and do a whole bunch of fertilizing. Let's just drag this through the rocks. Make the old challenger work. Let's hop out here. Yeah, this field's looking pretty sharp. For some reason, it's got like two different tones on here. I don't really know why. That's why I wanted to come check it. It seemed like there was some nonsense afoot on this farm. Who knows what's going on. These fields are basically ready to go. Other than needing to do another stage of fertilizing next month, these fields are going to be all pretty much good to go. I don't think there's weeds growing on any of these. Let's just check down here. We just got to roll these ones. Doesn't look like there's any weeds. Doesn't look like there's any weeds. Okay. Just need to roll. We're getting to the point. I'm not joking. We're getting to the point where we almost need another tractor. Almost need another tractor. Now that's also me just wanting to buy another tractor. But on field prep days, it definitely would be nice to have more than one tractor. So let's get a worker going. Let's get these fields rolled. It won't really be too good because we still got to harvest a bunch of these rice fields. Let's fire this truck up. Let's fire this truck up. And let's run over to the old Japan 6130. Get this thing fired up as well. But yeah, we got a bunch of field prep work to do on these rice fields now as well. Alright, there we go. Let's get someone going on this. Now, another thing that we're going to do, I think, just going to hop into, oh no, we'll just hop into this mode. But I think what I'm going to be doing in on the next harvest of all of our rice fields is we're going to do some long grain rice is what my plan is kind of going to be. We're going to try it out and do some long grain rice and get that put in the production facility as well. We're sitting about 70,000 liters of canola, just under, that we got off the last harvest, and we got 12,000 liters of rice in there so far. And we're just making oil. That is all we're doing. We're making oil. I'm never going to do olives in here. Not on this series. Nope. Nope. Can't do it. Can't do it. Although I think olives are better to do than grapes, but that's just me. Okay, let's check this worker over here. Getting very close. A couple more headlands, and then this field will be done. Not too bad. Okay, let's let some of these guys keep working a little bit longer here, and I'll bring you back as the harvest progresses on this rice field, and our field work progresses as well. Okay, this rice field is coming along nicely here. I'm actually just gonna go jump into this grain truck, spin around here, and maybe we'll get one little rice grain dump out of the old Japan 6130 here. I think it's always weird, as I always remember, is like this is on this side. Mm-hmm. It's always a little backwards, right? Okay, there we go. And our dude's far tractor finished up planting that field, so I was just pulling it over. We're gonna park the planter, and then we're gonna get it out of this guy's way real quick here. We're gonna park that planter. Let's jump over. Let's just do this right now. I'll go park this and put this out of the way, and then we'll jump over and we'll check on our other worker and see how they're coming along, rolling that one field. I bet you they're getting close to done. I dropped that right there. We're gonna go hook onto the disc harrows and start getting these fields cleared off. Yeah, I think what my plan is going to be, so I want to try some long grain rice just to see. So I think I'm going to try it on that field that we're currently harvesting right now and just see. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, pretty sure that you get less of a yield with long grain rice compared to, we're going to call this short grain rice. I'm not too sure. Not a real rice expert, but I think you get a lower yield bonus. But I just want to see how much. So we'll keep track exactly of what's going on this field, and we'll see. We'll just try it once. We'll do one field in the long grain just to see how it goes because we can plant it with our planter, and then you harvest it with not the rice harvester, but with our Massey Ferguson. So it'd just be neat to see how it all goes. Yada yada. Let's go check. Oh my god, perfect timing. Pretty much perfect timing, I think. Go. Fire the old tractor back up, and we can get right into this field. I knew this was almost done, so the worker must have just finished, to be honest. Yeah, so right now we got 1,600 liters in here. Probably get 32, 4,000 liters maybe off this field. And we'll just keep note of that for next year when we do the long grain rice. But let's jump over. I was going to use those other cultivators, but this will just be so much faster. As long as I don't hook on the water pump there, which doesn't look... Oh, yes. Okay, so I've got a mod installed where we gotta stay up to date with our tractor maintenance. One thing this mod does is it really kind of simulates like actual breakdowns, if you will. So if we let the that was actually me there. I hit the wrong button. If we let the health bar, if you will, of the tractor get too low, it eventually just won't even start, and it'll actually kind of simulate like actual maintenance, So we gotta stay on top of things. I'm just gonna go back through here and catch this spot, so it'll be a little bit easier to do. Jeez, dude, these rice fields are a bit of a pain. Rice is, it's all right. I probably wouldn't do. The only thing that I don't like about the rice is you gotta have like super flat fields. Like we could never, even when I was trying to mess around to do like a really, really big rice field, you would have to do it on like a different map where there was like these massive flat fields. But even then, if you wanted to do like a really big field of it, man, imagine harvesting like a 20-acre field with that little Japan 6130 harvesting unit. It would take so long. Or planting with the little planters running around with trays of saplings like I do with the little rice, our little rice rocket mobile. That's that would take a long, long time. So I'd say that's my only beef. Not even beef. It's kind of fun to do. Something different. Something different than the normal stuff that we usually do. But a big field would take a long time. A very, very long time. I'm interested to see though, like how much less of a yield. I'm pretty sure you get less of a yield with the long green, like almost positive. But I just wonder how much. Usually it's because it seems like it'll be a little bit easier to do the long green. Like it'll be just kind of like any other crop that we do. Just plant it with our more of a larger planter, if you will, because we could get huge planters. Whoa. See, that just shut down again. We're gonna have to do some maintenance on this tractor. That's crazy that it just shut down again, actually. I've never had it shut down twice in a row like that. I did it that one time because I accidentally fat fingered and hit the wrong button. Must be running low on oil. That's the only thing it could be. Okay, we got this field done. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go do some maintenance on this tractor, and I'll bring you guys back once we finish harvesting that rice field, and we'll see exactly how much yield we get off it. We'll just kind of make a note of it for next year. Alright, we are just back here. I'm just finishing up rolling this field, and then basically all our fields down here, aside from doing a little bit of weeding on that one field, are going to be good to go. I'm just going to fold this up so that we can haul this a little bit better. We finished harvesting that rice field, so we're going to go up there next, and we'll offload the harvester into the grain truck. We'll go dump that in the production facility. I got another worker cultivating those rice fields. I took off the disc harrows. They're just a little bit too big and bulky. It's kind of alright to do this field, but I just put on the other small cultivating implement to do that. And yeah, so we'll go pull this over and kind of get this one set up to roll this back canola field kind of while these are harvesting. But I want to get this rice put away, like I said, real quick here first. Actually, we're gonna hit a little bit of maintenance, maybe a little bit of fuel to make sure we don't, well, I don't want to run out of fuel, but let's jump out here. What do we need to do? $1 repair. I mean, we might as well do that. 550 bucks right there. Quick oil change. Maybe grease this thing real quick. Let's get a little bit of fuel going in it. There we go. I have to buy some more fuel here? Yeah, let's buy some fuel. Let's get set right up in there. Fertilizing unit is good to go. Yeah, I got a worker cultivating that field. I'm just gonna go park this real quick, and then we'll jump into the harvester and... Oh, almost tipped these rollers. I'll get these rollers unfolded as well. Alright, let's jump over here. Wonder if it'll... See if I can shimmy around here a little bit. So let's just jump in here and see exactly what we get. 3,000-ish? Yeah, 3,041. So 3,000 liters we get off this field, and we'll just see. We'll see what we get with long grain rice, if it's close. If it's close, maybe we'll just start doing a little bit more long grain, but if it's way less, then we'll just go back to our normal planting saplings like normal and all that jazz. Okay, let's jump over. Let's fold this guy up. We're gonna put fuel in this thing as well. Yeah, like imagine harvesting like a 20-acre field with this thing. It goes 7 miles an hour. Unbelievable. That would be... maybe I should just do it for fun one day, just to see. Just to see. I'll do it off camera. I won't make you sit through it. I'll go open a map on like Michigan Flats or something like that. Those big maps. I think there's a map out called 4 Fields. It's just 4 huge fields. We'll see. We'll see if we can take bets on how long it would take to... Let's park that. Okay, this guy's just cultivating over here. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of park this stuff away, get this thing fueled up, do all these weird little maintenance things, and then we'll go roll that field together. Right, so we got that field nice and rolled. The last little bit of work that we're doing here, kind of in this month, is going to be getting this field cultivated. All the other fields, all the other rice fields are cultivated, and they're going to be prepped for when we got to plant in the spring. Again, we'll do some long grain on this just to see what kind of yields we get off of it, and yeah, might as well test that out. Our AI worker is just spinning in circles here, so just letting them get it sorted out. We got all our fields rolled. I'm just gonna let this AI worker kind of finish up doing what they're doing, which it looks like they're just spinning in circles, practicing backing up. Oh yeah, nailed it, nailed it. And then what I'll do is I'll bring you guys back. We'll have to do some weed work, I'm thinking in September. So we'll do that, and then we gotta go sell some stuff off in December. So yeah, let's kind of finish off, and I'll bring you back. We'll go do some weed work. All right, everybody, we are back here. It is September. What I decided to do is I went and I got all of our fields, the last of these fields cultivated, and I slept on through into September, and I just went down to check on our fields, our canola fields. They're all growing nicely. We don't got any weeds or anything that we have to deal with that I can see. I mean, I'll obviously double check. This thing's full. Yes. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head down and go do some fertilizing. I'm going to go down and get all these fields fertilized. We got one stage of fertilizer done on all the fields, but we got to get a whole bunch more done, which won't take too long. This unit's pretty good to spread with. Yeah, I'm just making sure here. I'm just going to hop out real quick while that tractor runs away. Okay, let's crouch down here and let's take a look. 100% yield bonus, yeah. We'll see about that. Let's check this field. 70, okay. Yeah, these ones definitely don't got weeds growing on there. So this one's 100% fertilized. This might just be this spot up here. Yeah, this is just a weird spot up here that didn't get harvested good with the swathing unit. It was just kind of weird. All right, let's get this out. That didn't work. Show grid lines on. Oh, weird. Alright, let's get hooked onto this. Let's see how this goes. It's always hard to tell when I have this spreading unit on, because it literally doesn't look like it's going to the edge of the field. I guess it kind of does, but I just gotta trust the GPS, trust the GPS. But yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do now, is we're gonna go through and we're gonna get all these fields fertilized. That's basically like all the chores that we're gonna have to kind of do in September. We're gonna get everything fertilized, and then we gotta kind of get through the winter. And then once we're through the winter and we're into December, we're gonna have some oil and stuff, to send off, to sell off. I'm just gonna back up here. I'm kind of wasting a little bit of this stuff. Yeah, we got some oil to sell off, and then once we get into the springtime, obviously we got to plant our rice. That's when we're gonna be planting all of our rice. We also got to take the mushrooms in to sell them off, which is kind of just an added little bonus. But yeah, then we're gonna be planting rice. We gotta go sell off the oil. We gotta sell off the oyster, or the oyster mushrooms. And are they enoki mushrooms? Is that what they're called? I don't know. I'm not really like a big mushroom guy, so I don't know for sure. I'm probably making a mistake there. But yeah, I think what we'll do is I'm gonna go through and I'm just gonna kind of slowly pick away, get these fields fertilized. So I'll bring you through as we get all these fields fertilized, and then we'll kind of get through into the next few months and the chores that we got to do after that. Okay, I'm just dropping off our fertilizer spreader there. I'm going to kind of pull this tractor over here and park it just a little bit. Actually, what I am going to do, just real quick, is go hook onto our trailer. Because we're going to need that next. What I'm going to do is I'll hook onto this real quick and then I'll just kind of show you in the, like the time savings report, what do we got next here. First, we're going to drag the trailer across the building there. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Let's go in here and, oh yeah, okay, perfect. We're right where we need to. Okay, so I'll hide the stuff that we can't sell. So canola oil, that's what we're going to be selling in December. We got to take a load of that in up to the restaurant, which is kind of through God's country up in the mountains, if I remember correctly. And then obviously we got to take this stuff downtown. Oh, these are going to go to the restaurant? What? You know what? I might just take these both to the farmer's market. I'll see. I'll see which. Yeah, like if it's not that different of a price, then yeah, we're just gonna take both those. But the canola oil, that's what we got to be taking up to the restaurant in December. So I'm kind of gonna get this parked. I'll bring you guys back in December once everything's kind of all loaded up and good to go. Everything. Yeah, I'll bring you back in December. However, if I see something, I'm just gonna go check the stores right now. There's nothing really good in the stores, nothing good whatsoever. I was gonna do some contracts and stuff, but I think I kind of want to just get through this harvest. Try, I want to get to next harvest, to be honest, and just like get the rice and stuff planted. I don't really want to mess around with contracts too much. I just want to kind of focus on our farm. It's almost better time spent just on our farm doing this than like kind of going around just for these 12 and $13,000 ones. It's better just to kind of get through the harvests. I'm thinking. Um, so that's what we're gonna do for this next year. So it's just kind of just crank through these and try to expand with what makes sense. I'm kind of thinking field one is gonna make sense next for expansion. It's kind of the biggest field that's like, quote unquote, the cheapest. This field's kind of tiny for 121,000. I mean, this is 397. This one's like almost 2, but it's not really that big of a field compared to field 1. 200 grand. You get a lot of acres there. We could get quite a bit more oil off that field, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know, still kind of toying with it, but yeah, I don't want to mess around with contracts too much. I just really want to focus on expanding our farm and getting just as much ground as we can. So, yeah, I'll bring you back in December. If I see something cool in the stores along the way, I might grab it, but more than likely it would have to be pretty specific. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in December. All right, and welcome back to our farm here in a beautiful December morning. It's not very Christmassy around here, that's for sure. That's probably on me for not decorating, not hanging any lights or anything. Okay, I'm just hanging out here by the production facility. I kind of threw our... This is all just rice oil that we got to wait to take in. We're not going to take this until about June, but I loaded up all our canola oil. I just finished strapping it down here. To give her the old classic tap. That's not going anywhere. And, let's fire this thing back up. And we're going to head off to the restaurant. We're going to go dump this stuff off at the restaurant. Hopefully get about, I don't know, 90, 100 grand for all this oil. Mushrooms are coming along nicely. All the fields are cleaned off. Yeah, it's kind of pretty just boring around here. Christmas time. Wish we had a dog. That's probably maybe that's what we gotta get is a dog. Keep us company around here. I'll look into that. Maybe we'll set down a dog house and keep us company. But the canola fields are going good. I was just kind of looking at the production facility. I'm always just like looking at the production facility, just like trying to calculate how many cycles per year and everything it does. Um, and I still really want to. I want to get another field for sure. But I was thinking, as I do, when I got time alone, this is when the bright ideas really pop in. But I was thinking, because I kind of want to get field number one, right? This is like the next one that I've been looking at, this guy that's right over here. And I was thinking, what if I got this? Because it's pretty flat. And we made this field right here. Looks like a harvested cotton field. Let's hop out and take a look. Oh yeah, that's cotton. kind of cold. We'll hop back in the tractor. But what if I made this a full rice field? Like, this would be a massive rice field. And, like, it would be, oh my God. It would be, like, sweet in certain ways because you'd get a lot of rice off of it. And the production facility, I think, could handle it. Well, I don't know if it could handle it. It would probably definitely bottleneck it, but you'd get a ton of rice. Like, a ton. Because the nice thing is, like, that production facility produces so much rice, but it kind of only can produce so much canola per month, you know? I think it does 480 cycles. I think it goes through, um, we'll check here. Let's just check real quick. I can't remember exactly. The canola, 480, 20. Okay, yeah. So, okay. So 480 cycles, if that was times 10, that'd be 4,800 liters. So 9,600 liters it'll go through in a month. Is that correct? Did I do that math right? So it'd almost be nice. I think we're gonna get another field. But if I got another field and I put forth, like if I did that whole number field one with canola, I'm thinking we're gonna jam that. We'll jam that production facility right out. Oh, did I take the wrong turn here? We did. We're gonna have to put some. Get this tractor to drop a gear here and. Come on, come on, buddy. Yeah, you can do her. Get her down into first. Chin wagging about rice fields. Ooh. I will get there. We'll get there. But yeah, if we get another field and it's just canola, like I think we're gonna jam out that production facility, and we would need another production facility, which isn't like the end of the world. We can always get something else, and we got enough room. I could just have to shuffle some stuff around, kind of by our current production facility, but we could jam another one in there. We could probably put two if we really had to, but I want to get another field, but I think that's what I might do though, is like get field number one and then just see, like make it a rice field. Make it a rice field, because we could always revert it back if we wanted to. Alright, it's tight quarters up here. Can't be messing about up here before we drive off the cliffs. It's a pretty cool map. I mean, the roads could be a little bit wider, but it's a pretty cool map. Alright. Take these straps off. $84? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, this is the zigzag. These roads. I remember I was camping one time where we were going camping, me and a friend. It was like, I think there was 5 of us, and he had his big holiday trailer, and we ended up, like, we were gonna go out in this, like, mountain roads. It's called the Continental Divide, blah, blah, blah. And we were on, like, these back roads, and we came to some switchbacks like that, and I had a truck, my Weldon truck, and I was pulling the trailer, and we had our quads and side-by-sides on it, and it was pretty tight for me, and he had, like, his big 35-foot camper, and it was like sketchy on the side of the mountain, like big time. I thought we were gonna roll that camper off the side of the mountain coming down switchbacks like that. Super, super sketchy. But we made it. We made it. Okay, I'm gonna head on back to the farm. I'm gonna head on back to the farm, get this trailer docked off, and yeah, I'll meet you guys up there. Okay, we got our canola oil sold off. Just pulling back up to the farm here. What I think I'm gonna do is I gotta park this trailer in a sweet spot here. Right about... actually no, I like to do it like this. To have it right about... Just block the road, that's what I like to do. Right about there. Okay, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go grab our forklift attachments here. And I'm going to start loading up some of the mushrooms and getting ready for that. Because we're going to have to go sell the mushrooms in February. So I'm going to get them loaded up. This attachment works pretty decent. Get them loaded up and strapped down. And then what I'll probably do is I'll bring you guys back once we're headed off in February to drop this stuff off and get a little bit more cash. And then I think what we're going to do is buy field 1 and start getting kind of prepped and ready for that for next year. So yeah, I'll get all this stuff loaded up. This is going to take me a little bit, to be honest. I'm so slow at doing this. But I'll get this loaded up and yeah, I'll bring you back in February. We'll be going up. I think I'm just going to take it to one spot, to be honest. Like, it's telling me farmer's market and restaurant. I think we'll just go to whichever one. Ah, the restaurant's closed. Yeah, I'll probably just take it to one and call it a day. Yeah, you know what I mean? But yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, she's a snowy February morning right now. Dropping these off right there. We've got our trailer loaded up. I even loaded it in a color correction manner, you know, a little OCD, no big deal. Got her strapped down, and I'm gonna go to the farmer's market with this, which I'm pretty sure I remember what this is. You'd think I would remember each year, right? Like, you think it would be something that's just like in my mind, but somehow I seem to forget. But I'm pretty sure she's just downtown. Oh, am I gonna make that turn? Probably not. Actually, let's get some fuel over here. Yeah, we're gonna have to go right there. Now, yeah, I think I remember the best way to do this so that I don't... Taking this stuff downtown is a little bit difficult. The roads are weird down there. Oh, we hit the jump a little bit there. Not bad. Not bad. So yeah, we got... I don't even know how much money we'll get for all this. Probably a decent little chunk of change. I didn't actually look. We'll leave it as a surprise. I head down, get this, and then, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy field number 1. I go back and forth because I want to get fields that are closer up by the farm, but they're so much more expensive. Field 1 is so much cheaper. Well, or it's just so big for like the price, you know what I'm saying? But that being said, being close to the farm might be a little bit better. I don't know. I can never really decide. I'll decide by the time we get to the farmer's market and back to the farm. I'll decide which plot of land we're gonna get, and then we'll go from there. I would like to make field 1, even if we don't get field 1 right now. We'll get it in the future, and for sure at some point we'll make it just a massive. Or we could always wait, and if we got enough money, we'll make field 2, which I think is the biggest field on this map. Just a huge rice field before we go, and we'll see how long it takes to harvest with that little Japan 6130. That little harvester, I bet you it would take like 3 or 4 hours to harvest it. Okay, this is where I gotta know exactly. I'm pretty sure I turned down this one and then like kind of double back, I think. I'm gonna try that. We'll just blow a couple red lights here, no big deal. So not this one, because this is like a back road, right? That's tricky. Pretty sure it's this like main one up here. Although there is pylons that's telling me no. Yeah, I'm just gonna go all the way around then, because I don't want to get this trailer jammed up down in there. We'll just take the scenic route. Head around downtown Hutan Pantai. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we'll open the map just a little bit so I can see it a bit better. But yeah, we'll definitely get another field here. Yeah, maybe we should just wait and get like... Before we go, we'll definitely have to do a massive rice field just for fun. Okay. Okay, let's go drop this off. See how much cash we're gonna get for all this. we'll drive on the sidewalk just for fun a little bit here. Off these straps. 40K? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm gonna navigate through all this, head back up to the farm, and then we'll pick a field. We're definitely gonna spend some money. We'll buy a field because I'll decide between field one and I can't remember what that other number of field is, but yeah, we'll make a choice. I'll meet you guys back at the farm and we'll spend some money. Okay, we are back up at the farm now, and I thought about it, and I think this is what we're gonna do. This is gonna be my plan. I think we're gonna buy this plot. It's 265,000, which is pretty expensive. I mean, this one's only 200, but what's nice about this is it's right up at the farm and it's super flat, and we can do another rice field in here. The only reason I'm kind of leaning away from getting this one right now, and I'd kind of rather get this one, is I won't be able to plant canola or anything in this since we're out of season in the spring. You got to plant canola in the fall, right? And what we can be doing is planting rice in the spring. Plus, it's right up close by the farm. I'm able to just go like that little Japan harvester. Like it'll take so long just to drive it down to this field if we want to do rice and all that stuff. So I think I'm gonna save doing rice in like massive fields for just like a little bit later in the series. Probably right towards the end of the series. Maybe we'll do that as the last harvest. We'll try and get like a massive field and we'll do it in rice and then pump all of that stuff through the production facility and that can kind of be our final thing. But for right now, even though this is 265, one thing I can do for a winter project is I was like kind of looking at this. Let's go into this mode. It might be a little bit easier. Now, so we would get this whole field right here, which would be pretty decent. It would obviously be our biggest rice field, and that would kind of complete this like little area of rice fields. But what I can do in the winter time is I can get a wood chipper. We can rent a wood chipper and clear some of these trees out in here. And I don't know if I would be able to make another, like, I don't know if we could do some landscaping and somehow craft ourselves away another rice field in here. We might be able to. I don't know exactly. But worst case scenario, we could clear out some of these trees and you can make pretty decent money from wood chips, which if we cleared out even a few of these trees and tried to make another field in here, we could make a decent amount of money from the wood chips, probably enough to pay for like half of this land itself. And the other reason I wanted to get it is we get this sweet gazebo up here. It's pretty sweet. So that's my reasons. That's my reasons. And yeah, we're gonna buy it. We'll spend the money right now. We got this field. It needs some work. I believe it needs plowing. Let's just hook onto this real quick. If I can back up to it good. Little wheelie there from this thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this needs plowing. Yeah. So I'm actually going to set a worker to do that. Let them plow this right now and kind of get it ready for the springtime. And then I'm going to turn this into another rice field. It's going to be my plan. So yeah, but I think that's what we're going to do. I think that'll probably just do it for this episode. And then next episode will be springtime and we'll be planting, we're getting all our grass planted and such. And we have to take, let's just go look. We'll be getting our grass and stuff planted, and then I do want to take rice oil in June. So I'm thinking potentially that's what will happen next episode. We'll plant some rice, get into June, go sell off the rice oil, and then we'll be kind of getting ready for getting prepped. We'll be doing fertilizing and stuff like that in the rice fields, filling them, making sure they're flooded, and getting prepped for next canola harvest. And yeah, just keep going, keep grinding. But again, thanks so much for watching. If you guys haven't done so already, I really appreciate it if you hit that like, hit that sub button. That would be great for me. Yeah, this is Ultra Farmer. I am out. Hopefully you guys have a good afternoon, morning, evening, whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Thanks again for watching.